Welcome to Mr. Paul's Projects. A little update. Been under the weather for a week and it's been so hot and doing other things that life requires, like mowing, cleaning up around the place. So I've moved my vehicles around some, as you may notice. Got the 59 up here close to the shop. Going to start working on it, try to get the fender rust repairs done. Got the Plymouth over here. I'll be doing a video on it soon. Since winter's coming on and bad weather, I've got to get some kind of windows in here to keep the weather out. And for the time being, I'm just going to use some plexiglass. I don't have any kind of the channels, hardware for rolling it up and down, the regulators, any of that stuff is there. So I'm just going to make a solid covering for the winter time, and maybe hopefully next summer sometime I can find all the stuff I need. So that'll be coming up soon. And if I turn around here, the F1 is missing, the Roadster pickup I'm building. That's because I've got the shop cleaned out and I've got it inside where I can do some work. I got it in and basically got it ready to start doing my final welding, finish the floorboards, patching, pulled the metal they had riveted onto the dash off of there. Found out the dash is worse shape than what I thought, but that's good in a way because that means I'm free to build the dash however I want it to look, which I've got some ideas on that. And that will be coming up soon. But the main thing right now is this floorboard. I got to get all this junk out of here and finish patching in the back where I extended it. I've got some bracing to put back in on the front and rust repair to do that. Get the signs out of there and redo the flooring, basically so that I can brace the cab back up. Rocker panels are gone, and that allows flex up here, which is what's not allowing my doors to line up correctly. So I will be bracing that and getting that all welded back up, and we'll go from there and see what's next. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Mr. Paul's Projects. The 59 Chevy Apache. This is October the 8th, Sunday. I came out and it's a nice cool day and I thought, man, I need to start getting this thing where I can move it around under its own power instead of having to push it or pull it with another vehicle. And so I popped the hood, look under there to see where things are going to have to go. And it's setting on a 2000 GMC Jimmy running gear, frame, motor, transmission, all of that, 4-wheel drive, the whole works. Well, the front cap and stuff is just sitting on there. I've just got the cab mounted. I have made a bracket for my radiator, but I wanted to see about what it was going to take to get the fender wells inside. And you can see I have this one up here. Well, I pulled the one out, got to looking at it, and the first thing you know, I got the front cap off all the way, and I mark it and check it, and I cut it out, try to see how it fits, and so I loosely bolt it back to the fender, set it on there, and as you can see, I didn't have to cut out much, and it looks pretty good. I do believe everything's going to clear fine. But the other side, I did cut the fender well, but I've not put it in yet because this is the side with all the wiring and all the major components that's going to have to be mounted somewhere. And so they were hanging down. I had to tie them up. So in the next future episode of this truck, I will be showing you how I got that in there. I have another Blazer that's the same thing as the Jimmy, except it's a Chevy instead of GMC. That's the motor's been pulled out of it, but all the wiring and everything is still intact. So if I have any problems, I can use it for reference. But this hasn't been started since I pulled the body off of it. So that's what I'm wanting to see. I want to get everything hooked back up, which means radiator, all the lines. This has transmission lines and oil cooler lines. I have to get all that, get all my grounds mounted. Then I have rust issues on both fenders, and with the setting on the frame where I needed to put it, the front wheels are a little bit far back. So what I plan to do with there, since I've got rust issues on the back, I'm going to cut the lip completely out of there, slide it back, and then fill in up front. And I believe it'll take care of it, and I don't think it'll look that bad once I'm done. So that's where I'm at on this truck. It's the F1. I'm still in the welding and grinding stage. I've got lots of welding to do, and anytime I do anything, any changes or anything major on it, I will record it. But as long as it's just welding and grinding, I won't be. And I'm going to be tinkering with this in the meantime. You can only do so much welding and grinding before you just gotta get away from it. But that's where I'm at on this. And I wasn't planning on doing anything to it today, but once I got that front cap off and stuck that fender well up there, I just couldn't stop myself, and you see where I'm at. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Well, this is Wednesday, October the 11th. Haven't done any recording because everything I've been doing is not really recording quality to make anything interesting to watch. But I have been tinkering and doing some things. Let's start with the Plymouth. I got me some plexiglass, and I've got the windows blocked off now. That'll keep the weather out, so I don't have to try cover it up with a tarp or anything like that. You see I've sanded down here. I happened, as I was looking through stuff, I found both door latches, the part that actually keeps the door closed. Now, I did not find any handles, but I've ground down and found where the handle did go through. So I think, if I'm not wrong, I seen Rat Rod Bob build some door handles for a car he was building. So I may check that video out again, and I may kind of copy after him and make my own door latches. Finally got the old big 15-inch wheel off the back and the 14 back on it. Now all I've got is one 15 left on it. Get it off and get a 14. It'll be sitting on 14s all the way around then. I'm fixing to build me a rod to put my air filter on here. And other than that, I've been tinkering around with things, cleaning up in the yard. I've got all my vehicles moved here close to the shop, so that anytime I want to work on one, it's close. I get something in I want to do to one, well, I don't have to go move stuff to get it close. I've got air hose I can reach to any of them. I've got extension cords I can reach to any of them. So, of course, the old yard dog here, it'll start and run, and I can drive it wherever I need to go, and that's what I use to move these that don't run. I've still got to get back on this one. I haven't done any more than the last update. You can see the inner fender is still laying here, but when I do that, I will be recording, and that may be coming up since the weather's cool. Maybe real soon. But I've also got a few things for this. I've got to get the steering column. Raise this hood one hand. Okay, there we go. This is the engine I had started here a while back in my shop. I've got, if you know me, you know I love stacks, and I've got this pair of old stacks here that I'm going to put on it. I've got to see how I'm going to mount them and get them mounted up and get my exhaust hooked up then. But before I do that, with this frame and this old truck, I've got to do some different stuff on my steering shaft. I've got to have a couple of U-joints, at least one. It's got a knuckle there, but it's not quite the same, so that I can get my steering column lined up and get it mounted. It's kind of hard to turn the steering wheel when it flops around like it does, but it wouldn't be quite so bad if I had a mounting bracket right up there. Would help a major bit. But I think before I do that, I think I do need a U-joint or 2 U-joints so I can straighten it up inside the cab. Now I got to start building my floorboard, my firewall, finish it, getting it all cleaned up. And that's about it for now. When I start actually doing something besides welding, and what a spider, welding and grinding, I will be recording. But the main thing was to get this Plymouth closed in so that the rain stays out, because it's getting about that time. It'll be raining pretty soon, but I'll record as I make these door handles. Once I watch Right Rod Bob's video, see how he does it. I've got some ideas, but I want to see just what he done first, and I may go real similar with his idea. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.